You are watching the NHL Roundup. Welcome to the NHL Roundup. I'm Mike Jackman. We're going to start a very busy night of hockey in the nation's capital of Ottawa, where the Senators were playing host to the Detroit Red Wings. Both teams are trying to get past losses. The Ottawa Senators were doubled up in Boston 4-2 Saturday night, while the Red Wings fell to the lonely Buffalo Sabres 3-2 on Sunday. Two minutes in, and the Senators come out with a little bit of jump. This breakout's going to be finished off by Bobby Ryan, but a big toe save by Jimmy Howard to keep it at 0-0. A couple minutes later, back come the Senators again. Turris feeds Clark MacArthur, who walks in close, but another big save by Jimmy Howard. Now it's a Red Wings power play, but the Senators are going to get a shorthanded chance. Carl Turris is going to walk right in. Jimmy Howard, after just being run over, watch this save. I think he's doing all right. Still 0-0. Still in the second period, the Ottawa Senators are going to solve that Jimmy Howard problem on a power play. Erik Karlsson, nut shot, makes its way through. Even Jimmy Howard can't stop that. 1-0 for the Senators. The Red Wings are going to tie this up in the third period. Craig Anderson's going to make the original save, but there to pounce on the rebound like a dog on a bone is Henrik Zetterberg. He beats Anderson to tie it up at 1. Now here comes a 2-on-1 break for the Red Wings. Darren Helm's going to pass it off, but a great sliding save by Anderson to keep the game tied at 1. 5 minutes left to go, and the Senators take advantage. Patrick Weircross beats Jimmy Howard, and we're not tied anymore. 2-1 Ottawa. Still 2-1 open net. Clark MacArthur was snake bitten all day by Jimmy Howard, so he was happy to have an open net to look at this time, and that makes it 3-1, the icing on the cake for 2 points for the Ottawa Senators. We go to Montreal for the Blackhawks and the Montreal Canadiens. Watch this early save by Carey Price. He stops at the side of the net, and then he gets up and pokes it away to keep the score scoreless. But the Blackhawks working on a power play, shot from the point by Duncan Keith. A redirect in front by the captain, Jonathan Toews, past Carey Price, and that redirect gives the Blackhawks a 1-0 lead. 10 minutes into the second, Hawks go up by 2. Versteeg throws it in front. It goes off a Montreal Canadian front, and there's no chance for Price. That makes it 2-0 for the Blackhawks. And in the third, the Blackhawks put the icing on the cake. Sharp throws it at the net, tipped in front by Brad Richards to make it 3-0 for the Hawks. There was a lot of Batman and Robin costumes out there on Halloween. How about a costume for this dynamic duo? Toews does the work, and Kane does the rest. That makes it 4-0. Hawks add one more to make it 5-0. Corey Crawford makes 28 saves for the shutout. The Edmonton Oilers paid a visit to Philadelphia to take on the Flyers on Tuesday night, and the Flyers get on the board first. Jacob Voracek in front of the net's going to do a wraparound, and he beats Victor Fast. That makes it 1-0 Philly. Flyers wouldn't be done in the first. Voracek's back at it again, picking up the loose puck in front, and a quick release past Victor Fast makes it 2-0 Philly. With a score now 3-0 Philly, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins does it all himself to try and get Edmonton back in it. Nice move there past Steve Mason to make it 3-1. That would be all Edmonton would get, though, as they lose this one in Philly 4-1. We go to Boston for Florida and the Bruins. Second period still scoreless, but Yossi Jukinen changes that with that quick release past Tuukka Rask, 1-0 Florida. Still second period, and Boston's going to tie it up. Patrice Bergeron in front of the net is going to spin, turn, and fire it top shelf past Luongo. We're tied at 1. Bruins still putting on pressure. Watch this save, though, by Luongo off Marchand to keep the score tied at 1. Third period, best chance for the Panthers. Shot from the point by Eric Branson has Rask beat, but he pumps a little iron off the post. We're still tied at 1. This game will go to overtime. Remember that save by Luongo off Marchand? He gets the last laugh right there as he goes around Olsen, and then finishing touch past Luongo, and the Bruins win it in overtime 2-1. Off to Columbus, where the Carolina Hurricanes were looking for their third straight victory against a team that's struggling right now in the Blue Jackets. Jackets get the first opportunity, Johansson in, but there's a left pad save by Cam Ward. Carolina opens the scoring shot from the point stop by McElhinney, but there to pick home the loose puck in front is Zach Boychuk, 1-0 for the Hurricanes. Blue Jackets can't get out of their own zone here, and they're going to pay for it. Sakura, a shot from the point, gets knocked down by Riley Nash, and he does the rest, beating Curtis McElhinney, short side, 2-0 Carolina. But the Blue Jackets are going to get right back in this on a power play. Johansson's going to be stopped here by Cam Ward, but going to the net is Nick Foligno to finish it off, and the Blue Jackets are on the board. It's 2-1 Carolina. 2-1 still second period, and the Hurricanes shorthanded. Doesn't matter. Justin Folk in alone on McElhinney. He makes the original save, but it winds up going past him, and that's a shorthanded goal for the Hurricanes and a 3-1 lead. The Blue Jackets almost cut into the Hurricanes' lead before the third period as this pass in front for Cam Atkinson. He's looking right into the eyes of Cam Ward, and he denies him with a big save. Still 3-1 Carolina. But the Blue Jackets won't be denied here, as Nick Foligno is eventually going to get his second of the game. Crashing the net in front, he finds a way to beat Cam Ward, and that makes it 3-2. But with the open net, the Blue Jackets can't pull this off. Eric Stahl on a breakaway into the open net. The Hurricanes win 3 in a row as they beat the Blue Jackets 4-2. Off to Washington for the Flames and the Capitals. It's the Flames that strike first. It's going to be a block shot in front of the net, and the loose puck is going to be picked up by Lance Boma. He makes no mistake past Braden Holtby, 1-0 for the Flames. But only a couple minutes later, it's the equalizer as Alex Ovechkin throws it at the net, and Nicholas Backstrom does the rest by tipping it past Jonas Hiller to tie this game at 1. Capitals are going to get another chance. Just after that, Alex Ovechkin tries to take advantage of a turnover, but Jonas Hiller's there to take it in the breadbasket, still 1-1. Second period still tied at 1, but the Flames are going to take the lead thanks to Mark Giordano. Nice little move around the Capital player here, and then why use your forehand when you got a backhand like this? A quick release beats Braden Holtby, 2-1 for the Flames. But the Capitals tie it up on a bad break for Jonas Hiller. Johansson, a shot goes off the boards, comes right back out. It goes off the pad of Hiller and then crosses the line. We're tied at 2. In the second, still tied at 2, and the Flames got themselves into a little bit of penalty trouble. On a 2-man advantage for the Capitals, they take advantage. This pass across finds Joe Ward. He makes no mistake past Jonas Hiller, and the Capitals have a 3-2 lead. Still 3-2 in the third, and remember the break that the Capitals got earlier? Well, one good break deserves another, because the Flames get one in the third. Centering pass goes off a Capital in front, and past Holtby. We're tied at 3, going to overtime. In the last minute overtime, it's a Flames rush. Josh Joris is going to find Sean Monahan going to the net. He finishes it off, and the Flames win it in overtime over Washington, 4-3. We head to New Jersey, where the St. Louis Blues were looking for their 6th straight victory, but they're going to give up a 2-on-1 early on, and it's Jake Allen who bails them out in the first period as Patrick Elias feeds Michael Ryder. But watch the huge save here by Jake Allen to keep it at 0-0. Somebody who's been red hot for the Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko, in alone on Schneider. Not this time. Right pad save there by Corey Schneider. 5 minutes left in the first. Tarasenko gets found again, but again, it's Corey Schneider with the answer, still 0-0. Now, Blues power play in the third. You're not keeping Tarasenko off the board here. Quick snapper past Corey Schneider. Power play goal gives the Blues a lead, 1-0. Devils power play, but Jake Allen was seeing everything on this night, including this shot from Severson from the point. He makes 26 saves for the shutout, and the Blues win 6 in a row. We go to the desert for the Leafs and the Coyotes. Leafs are trying to win 4 in a row, but don't get off to a good start. Martin Erat comes out of the penalty box, but there's James Reimer to come up with a big save off Erat to keep the game scoreless. But Jake Gardner's going to give the puck away here behind the net to Laurie Korpikoski. He throws it in front to Sam Gagner. Coyotes lead at 1-0. The Leafs did not have a good first period. All the bounces were going against them, including this one. Martin Erat just throws it in front. It goes off Robidas and then past James Reimer, and the Arizona Coyotes have a 2-0 lead to the dressing room. In the second, still 2-0, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Coyotes, and Antoine Vermette's going to be stopped by Reimer, but a turnover behind the net right back to him, and a wraparound will beat Reimer, 3-0 Arizona. Now, Leafs power play they get on the board. It's going to be their captain, Dion Phaneuf, teeing one up from the point. James Van Riemsdyk the screen in front. No chance for Mike Smith, and it makes it 3-1. With 6 minutes left to go in the third period, here comes a delayed penalty coming up for the Coyotes for slashing. Kessel's going to get a great opportunity in front here, though, before the penalty, and that's stopped by Mike Smith. The Leafs do capitalize on this power play, though, and make it 3-2. Kessel's going to be stopped in front by Mike Smith, but James Van Riemsdyk pokes the loose puck over to Cody Franzen for the power play goal to make it 3-2. That's as close as the Leafs come, though, as they get dehydrated in the desert, dropping this one 3-2 to the Arizona Coyotes. We go to Minnesota, where the Pittsburgh Penguins are paying a visit to the Minnesota Wild, and the Penguins get on the board first, as Nick Spalling's going to get the puck at the side of the net from Steve Downey, and make no mistake, 1-0 for the Penguins. In the second, Penguins go up by 2, as Ryan Sutter's going to poke it past the defenseman, leads to a 3-on-1. He's going to decide to keep for himself, and it's a good decision beating Darcy Kemper 2-0 Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh almost go up by 3. They got the right man with the puck, who's hotter than Patrick Hornfist. But there with the hot glove hand, though, is Darcy Kemper. Still 2-0 Pittsburgh. The Wild almost got on the board as Fontaine in front of the net gets robbed there with a glove hand by Thomas Greiss, though, to keep his shutout intact. The Wild took a penalty, and against Pittsburgh, that's a big no-no, and they're going to make it 3-0 Malkin powers from the point, and it's tipped in front by Chris Kunitz past Darcy Kemper, 3-0 Pittsburgh on the power play goal. Third period, Pittsburgh power play, but they turn it over, and it's finding Nino Niederreiter. He finds the back of the net past Thomas Greiss. There goes the shutout to make it 3-1, but Pittsburgh adds one more, and they win this one 4-1 in mini. Off to Winnipeg for the Jets and the Predators. The Jets have been playing a lot better lately, and they get an early power play and take advantage. Bufflin's shot from the point, tipped in front by Andrew Ladd past Carter Hutton, 1-0 for the Jets. Still 1-0, and the Predators take themselves another penalty, and it's again costly, as Mark Scheifele's going to get this shot off, and it goes shelf. Scheifele goes shelf, and it's 2-0 for the Jets. Big chance to go up by 3 for the Jets in the second period. Dustin Bufflin's going to get in the slot area, but a big blocker save by Carter Hutton to keep his club only down by 2. Great chance for the Predators to get on the board. James Neal's going to get the puck in the slot area, spin, turn, and fire, but it gets stopped there by Pavlik. Back come the Jets the other way. Leading the rush is Brian Little. This shot's going to be a little bit wide as it goes off the post. Still 2-0. The Predators are going to finally solve the Andre Pavlik problem, and he goes 5-hole for Philip Forsberg, makes it 2-1. Carter Hutton was doing all that he could to keep his team in this one. They're still down 2-1, and this big save here on the power play off Dustin Bufflin keeps it that way with a glove hand save. But there's nothing Carter Hutton's doing about this. Why? Because he's on the bench for an extra attacker, empty netter, and it's going to be Blake Wheeler who puts it home 3-1, and the Jets keep rolling with a 3-1 victory over the Predators. We head to Dallas for the Stars and the Kings. Both teams trying to snap 4-game losing streaks. 2.5 in, it's Sean Horkoff putting the Stars up 1-0, going shelf on Jonathan Quick. Cody Eakin gets a great chance here to make it 2-0, but a big save there by Quick. The Kings get a great opportunity in front of the net, but there's Kerry Lettner to stand his ground as well to keep it at 1-0. To the second, the Stars have a power play. It doesn't matter because of a great individual effort by Trevor Lewis, making Lettner commit there, and a shorthanded goal ties this one up at 1. In the third, the Kings are taking the lead. Captain Dustin Brown turns on the red light behind Lettner and makes it 2-1 for the Kings. Now the Stars turnover in their own zone proves costly. Trevor Lewis intercepts it and throws it at the net. It goes off the skate of Kyle Clifford and behind Kari Lettner. Make it 3-1 Kings, and that would be your final as the Kings win their first road game, stealing 2 points in Dallas, 3-1. Avalanche and Canucks from Colorado. It's the Avalanche that opened the scoring. John Mitchell with a wrister top shelf past Ryan Miller. 1-0 Colorado. Before the end of the first period, Jerome McGinley in front of Jamie McGinn, who has no problem beating Ryan Miller there. 2-0 Colorado. With 3 minutes left to go in the second, it's still 2-0. This shot gets blocked, and then it's going to be a breakaway for Sean Matthias, but Semyon Varlamov stands his ground to keep it out and keep his shutout intact. Still 2-0 Colorado. But shutout go bye-bye. Daniel Sedin throws it at the net, kicked away by Varlamov, right to his brother though, Henrik Sedin. No mistake with 4 seconds left. That makes it 2-1 going to the third. And that late goal gave the Canucks all the momentum they needed as they tied this one up only a couple minutes into the third. Derek Dorsett tips that point shot past Semyon Varlamov to tie the game up at 2. Then the comeback becomes complete as Chris Higgins is going to find Nick Bonino at the side of the net. No mistake by Bonino, and it's 3-2 now for the Canucks. Canucks aren't done. That's a bad angle shot there by Bonino, but it finds its way in to make it 4-2. Canucks add one more, and they get a comeback victory in Colorado, 5-2.